Listen, man, we back with Playback. Bruh, LIZZO, out of all people, is body shaming question mark? Listen, man, so apparently news got around or came out recently that LIZZO is being sued? I think being sued or something like that. She's being brought to court for body shaming, sexual harassment, and all that, right? Of course, people have their thoughts and opinions on all of that as to everything. You feel me? But I mean, read the title again. Like, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to all the big women and guys out in the world. Y'all look good, okay? Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. You feel me? But it's like, how are you gonna body shame someone that is the same size as you, if not bigger than you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what sense does that make? You feel me? So, hey, I don't know, bro. Let's see what's going on, man. Don't body shame. It's lame, okay? Love yourself. If you don't love yourself, do what you gotta do to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym, lose some pounds. Go to the gym, gain some pounds, gain some muscle. Work on yourself, bro. You feel me? It's the most important thing.
Lizzo's catching a lot of heat right now because there's some crazy allegations going against her. Not only because of a toxic working environment, but also some very
toxic work environment. Yep.
Nasty allegations that we'll talk about later. And I'm gonna be honest with you all. Some of y'all look crazy on the timeline saying it's about time we got Lizzo out of here. Y'all ready to pack her up and stuff like that. If you did your due diligence, you actually looked into it. I'm kind of torn, dog.
Really?
I'm kind of torn, deadass.
Really?
No. Let me be clear. The nasty stuff is just nasty. I can't.
That's odd.
But the other stuff. So there's been 3 dancers who came out who are filing a lawsuit, and normally we would just allow both. The other stuff. So there's been 3 dancers who came.
3 dancers. Bro, they all look good. Look at that. They all beautiful. You feel me? So it's like, Lizzo, what are you doing shaming them when you hear me? What's going on? What sense are you making? All right? And that's just that. Now you're being weird and being nasty and all that bull and harassing them. Like, what? What are you doing?
Came out who were filing a lawsuit, and normally we would just allow both sides to talk, but however, after there were other people behind the scenes who backed these statements as well, claiming that yes, the work environment was toxic, yes, they were disappointment, yes, they felt like they were forced to do things that make them uncomfortable. And so when you see smoke, we're now getting to the point where it's not just smoke, it's starting to be fire. More people who've been dealing with this beyond the lawsuit itself, some saying like 3 years ago. Like
3 years? Oh my God. 3 years ago, and it's coming out now. You know what I'm saying? Listen, shout out to the people who are who hang around with, be around with, know people who have status and motion. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them who those bullet points I gave, but also for not involving themselves or forcing themselves to do or say anything just because they're in that setting or with that group of people. You know what I'm saying? Like they're peer pressured. Shout out to the ones who don't get peer pressured like this. You know what I'm saying? Because we know how it is, bro. Hollywood, it could be outside of Hollywood. Just overall, you got clout, you got motion, you're well known, you're famous, you got money, all that shit, right? The people around them probably feel like they gotta listen to those people or do or say what they say for them to do. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're right there, they're with them type shit. Shout out to the ones who don't fall for that shit, okay? The ones who actually stick by their true selves, no matter who they with, what they got, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I've heard stories, bro. We've probably seen it so many times. It's like, imagine you in a room with Jay-Z, right? And obviously he's friends with wealthy ass people, well-known, famous ass people. Now imagine they're telling you, oh, go over there and take your socks off and let that man suck on your heel. You know what I'm saying? most people will feel peer pressure and they're gonna fucking do it because they said it, and they probably feel like they don't want to get disregarded or let go or thrown out of whatever the shit they're in. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the real people holding it down, true to themselves, bro.
Like stating things that happened 3 years ago. So it's been an ongoing thing. So let's start nasty first. The nasty one is, they had LIZZO, after a couple sessions, after a concert, after a performance, she was like, hey, come on out, man. We're in Amsterdam, man. Let's have a ball, man. Go to the red lights district, man. I know this crazy bar, man. They call it a banana bar.
I go to the show where you eat the banana out the pussy. Which one is that?
This is a banana bar.
Well, that's the banana bar?
Yeah, you
and
wear
they
the
have the banana
bar.
in the coochie?
And ping pong balls.
And you have to go.
You wouldn't believe the things that they do at Banana. So, for those who don't know what the banana bar is, they have performers. I don't even know if you call them strippers. I don't know what they are. They got performers.
They be calling themselves entertainers now.
Entertainers. A room full of entertainers.
Yes, hella entertainers.
And one of the group of entertainers, booty butt naked, and the party trick is she has a banana out of her hoo-ha. And then Lizzo and a couple of other people were kind of egging on some of the other dancers, saying, "Come on, eat that. Go eat that. Get that banana out of there.
Yeah.
Go and get."
See, they're trying to tell them do that. Peer pressure. The ones who say no, I'm not doing that shit because I don't want to do that gross shit. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking weird, bro. That is so fucking, bro. The amount of weird shit that we see and hear about with these fucking celebrities and their parties and like, what are y'all motherfuckers on, bro? That's so fucking weird.
That. And so, of course, this made some people feel very uncomfortable to the point where one of the dancers who are following the case as well, her name is Miss Davis. She's actually a virgin. She has not had sex. She wants to keep it that way. She likes her purity. And she felt like she was personally targeted not only in this incident, but also in multiple other incidents as well, because of her identity and pushing her into like, hey, you ain't gotta eat it, just touch that thing, touch it. So she touched it, felt mad uncomfortable, and then stated it to some of the security guards as well, like, yeah, I really wasn't feeling that. I'm not okay with that. And that is by far some of the nastiest things I heard out of this. I'm not split on it. That's just disgusting. I don't know what else to do with. Now, people are gonna ask, well, why do it? Why would you sit here and put your mouth near a banana hanging out a woman's hoo-ha? That's crazy. Now, for those who don't know a little bit more about backstory, the dancers have been going through a back and forth about how they were trying to, get their time on stage and make sure that they retain their position with Lizzo's performance crew. So they want to make sure they was there. And because it's such a selective-based type of process where they pick and choose which dancer is going to go on them on tour, of course, a lot of them feel like they're pressured to do things to appeal to Lizzo, make her feel comfortable, and be.
There it is, appealing to the person, bro. Fuck that. Fuck all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why do I gotta do or say some weird shit just for me to be around you? I ain't gonna lie, that shit at that point, it's not even genuine, bro. For real. For real, it don't even feel genuine at that point. Get me the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying?
More non-argumentative or non-disagreeable. So they felt like, if I say this, she may not feel that comfortable around me. I'm trying to please Lizzo so she can potentially continue to pick me. And that
see, that's just not, it shouldn't even be that way, bro. That's so fucking weird, bro. That is so weird. I can't. All right, so with that, right? I was saying peer pressure. Yes, some of it has to do with peer pressure, but also the fact that the individual is like wanting to stick around, wanting to get picked or whatever have you, and it's like for them to stoop down pretty much to the level of like doing or saying something just to please or stick around, it's like that is so fucking shit.
That's the reason why that kind of led into this situation. That's just disgusting. I don't know no other way to put it.
That's just weird.
That's weird behavior.
If you're my friend and I'm like, come on, Lo, go on the ride, that's one thing. But if I employ Lo and I say, go on the ride, it's a different vibe now because there's potentially consequences to him saying no. Like, I can't, there's no friendship consequence to him saying no to something I'm trying to push him to do or persuade him to do. So it just changes the dynamic a little bit when you're their money source. Like, now they don't want to say no to you in certain things. You have to be a little careful on how you push people.
It is tough when you're getting paid from them, bro, or their team or whatever. It's like you don't want to do it, but then now you got to because you don't want to lose the opportunity or your job or whatever have you. And it's like, it's just so fucking weird, bro. It really is weird. Because then at that point, it's like the money's really controlling you. You feel me? It's like you'd stoop down so low just for the bread. It shouldn't even be that way, bro. But of course, that's what everything.
People, because sometimes you can really break somebody if you push them incorrectly, especially when you had that type of power.
And actually, going on to pushing, there's actually more of this as well. There was incidents where they came in, they felt like they weren't performing to their standards. So Lizzo was like, after doing a whole practice, like I think they said 45 or hour minute practice, Lizzo was like, that's not good enough. Do it again. And what was supposed to be a light, hour, 2 hour type of practice turned out to be very extensive. So much so that, again, one of the dancers that are filing a suit, she ended up soiling herself. And again,
that's
once
crazy.
more,
Soiling?
providing a very negative environment. Again,
So wait, what? Soiling herself? What does that mean?
and again,
That's
once
crazy.
more, providing a very negative environment. Again, like he just stated before, you're not going to say no because it's like Lizzo is like demanding this out of you and stuff like that. And I think it's actually very important to further the dynamics about Lizzo in this type of situation. So for those that don't know, Lizzo, voluptuous, is that the PC?
You could just say obese.
I'm fat. I can actually say it.
Yeah, you are.
Voluptuous. He said voluptuous.
Voluptuous, is that the PC?
You could just say obese.
I'm fat. I can actually say it.
Yeah, you are.
Fat singer. She's a fat singer, so she started hiring fat dancers. And so the concept of who Lizzo is supposed to be inviting, because that's the whole premise of not only who she is as a singer, as an artist, but also as an individual, and also how she's trying to mold her lane in the industry and stuff like that. And so when she does things like this,
Bro, that's like weight shaming.
That is excessive, that seems to be pushing the boundaries, that makes people uncomfortable. It kind of
Fuck, I forgot my train of thought, bro. I was gonna use another example. You know what I'm saying? That's like, damn, bro. I don't know. That's like, I couldn't tell you, gang. I really couldn't tell you. But it's like when you're trying to portray, or when you're trying to portray or have been portraying this, like, yes, I'm a big girl, fuck what anybody says, love yourself type of image, you know what I'm saying? What type of lifestyle? It's like, why would you go out of your way and body shame them yourself? You know what I'm saying? That makes you look weird as fuck. No cap. That makes you, like, literally, given that fact, I'm just like, I can't take you serious. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I can't take you serious. How you trying to push this message and you feel me, this lifestyle and whatever have you, but you body shaming? You literally going against what you're trying to push. I can't take you serious. You feel me?
kind of does defeat the purpose of who is she supposed
Exactly.
to be and all of this and stuff like that. So that's another thing. So even if, because
Exactly.
some people are claiming because this was like offset and this is like somewhere else, that potentially the nasty work of, you know, putting your face in their banana in a woman's hoo-ha may not be legally binding, because that's not necessarily, you know, on set. However, in a public opinion, Lizzo will definitely lose this. She's gonna lose this. I mean, there's no other way around it. Like, that's your whole identity. That's who you are as a person. That's who
Exactly.
you built yourself out to be. She has a whole documentary kind of like scaling that out as well. Like, man, I just fought so hard, and the industry just don't like people like me. You know, they just don't like big girls, and I want it. I'm gonna force my way into the industry, and it's gonna be big girls, black women, and we're all gonna support each other. We're gonna make each other nice and comfortable in this environment.
And then when I do that, I'm gonna body shame all of them because I'm a fucking liar and they shouldn't take me serious. Type shit. Come on, bro. The shit, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh, bro? That's like Mr. Beast doing all this good shit, and then after the recording the videos, he's taking all the money back. He's taking everybody's what was it, contacts that he put for the blind, the earpieces for the deaf, and all. What, bro? That is stupid. What a waste of time, huh? What way to go to play with people's emotions and you feel me? Having their hopes up and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, gang.
Eat that fucking banana out that bitch's pussy, nigga. Eat that shit.
When it comes to the workplace toxicity stuff, what most of the stuff she's being accused of is just like, she's just a hard boss. Like, we've all had hard bosses.
That's what I thought as well.
She's a hard, but the problem is her brand is too nice and inclusive for her to pull this off. Steve Jobs can say and do all those things, run it back. Kanye West can say, keep run it back, it needs to be perfect.
Kobe can say that,
but she can't because she's known for being inclusive and welcoming. Problem is that like some of the dancers also, because she made comments about their weight, they felt the need to justify themselves. So now they're also saying she was fat shaming some of the dancers as well, who might have gained weight since the last thing. And the one person who, the lady I'm talking about specifically, had a binge eating problem.
Miss Davis.
Yeah, you know about those, bro, because I had one myself. You feel me? So sometimes it's just like, bro.
I used to have one too, bro. No bullshit. Binge eating, bro. I used to eat when I was bored. Dead ass. Like, bro, I was a little chunky little middle schooler. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had that same issue, bro. No bullshit.
You're wired like that, but like it's something hard to break out of. But anyway, point is, some misinclusive here, fat shaming people does feel off brand. That's what this is to me. This is just somebody acting off brand.
Are you split though?
I don't think the shit I don't think the coercion in the workplace toxicity is like worth this hoopla.
Yeah,
it's definitely like a thing you should address, but I don't think it's.
Yeah, you can address it privately type shit. I get that. Like he said, like a tough boss. Bro, but I feel like that's with every job. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, especially Hollywood and LA and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Like, it gets serious out there, bro.
Worth like everybody screaming about. The banana incident,
that's the stuff.
I feel like it's weird.
Yeah,
that's
OD.
But if she just had a more rude or toxic brand, like she'd probably get away with doing a lot of this stuff, and it would probably blow over pretty quickly. Now,
blow over pretty quickly, probably. Yeah, probably, bro.
Like, she'd probably get away with doing a lot of this stuff, and it would probably blow over pretty quickly. Now, I'm curious to see what her POV is. To be fair, like, what it seems like is a lot of people is coming out to work just to say, like, damn, she is a very difficult person to work with, and she's very rude to a lot of the dancers, and it's off-putting because that's not how her fans know her. Her fans know her as this really nice, bubbly, like, outspoken, I'm for the big girls inclusivity, and then the whole time she's not acting like that behind the scenes.
Well, let's in terms of the other toxic work environment. To further it, like I said before, Miss Davis and another lady, I believe her name is Miss Williams, they felt targeted. Now, this is where, again, some of the other things could potentially push you in this direction. So, like he said, there was as this is what it was stated in the document, some loosely veiled comments being made about her weight, which then she correlated that to her being specifically isolated, which then also specifically led to them being labeled as quote unquote lazy, which then also led to the extended dance rehearsal where she soiled herself, etc., etc. So that's
soiled her pants. Wait, is that number one or number two? What's going on, bro?
That's the line of how everything happened.
They didn't get a break. That's
like
crazy.
Agent is saying though is that even as I look at it, there really isn't any like hardcore evidence of her saying you're just a fat, lazy slob and da-da. It's just like conclusion that she's jumping to, and it sounds crazy that she's jumping to those conclusions because everyone is fat. Everyone in a dance in the backup dancers, they're all fat. All of them probably deal with some form of depression throughout some point in their life. All of them probably deal with some level of binge eating. All of them have probably dealt with the same thing that she's dealt with. Also, a good portion of them are black as well. She claimed there was some potential racism as well. I read through all the documents. I couldn't really see any correlation in it at all.
Yeah, like
it was just jumping to a lot of conclusions, and I think a lot of media sites jumped on it and ran with it without actually like doing a thorough due diligence. And when you actually look at it, like Agent said, it really just comes across as a lot of, you know, industry talk or a lot of industry things, or especially in the dance world where the rehearsals are brutal, where you are going to have to go over and over and over again the same steps, and you have to extend the rehearsal longer than you probably anticipated, or you may not have certain nights or days where you feel up to par, or there may be times where someone in the dance crew or whatever, you don't mesh well with them, or there may be activities that are happening that you're not comfortable with that can then lead to your performance being dropping or whatever, et cetera, et cetera. So I agree. Like, I think that maybe people have built Lizzo into this being of like, oh, she's happy-go-lucky, she's positive, and then as soon as they get behind the scenes, she's like, dance, bitch, you did it wrong. Let me show you how to do this, you dumb bitch. Like, she probably did all that.
If she did that would be kind of nuts. But I think she did.
Maybe not all that, but just like she.
Because the workplace can be rough, but to come at it like that, that's motherfucker. That's abuse. Damn near. Fuck is you doing? Fuck. And bro, that like, I'll never understand, right? Why these owners, these CEOs, these bosses, all these motherfucking people who have people employed, why are they acting like fucking dickheads? Why do they think them talking crazy like that is gonna make the person wanna do what the fuck they gotta do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Everybody different, but me, bro, if I'm getting yelled at by somebody to do this, and the third, motherfucker, you fuck that, bro. Fuck that, bro. No cap. I don't need you coming at my neck sideways like that, bro. You feel me?
She was
probably
hard.
Like 20% of that. She probably, now run that back. I didn't like that.
Run that shit again.
Run that shit back,
We're
bro.
gonna be here all damn night.
Even if she said that, like, but you just have to know who you're working with. Like, if I'm a producer and I'm working with Kanye West, I know it's gonna be a disastrous process.
Yeah.
If I'm a designer and I'm working with Mr. Beast, I already know he's gonna want me to redo this shit 50 million times before it gets right. And so I think hers is just weird because this is not what you would think she was like from the outside looking in. And I also feel like
Isn't that just sports though? Because I remember when I was doing like football, my coach was like heavy on the do it right, do it light.
Yeah.
Do it wrong,
I think
don't be here all day long.
But that's what it is though. People are just more
Get back on the
sensitive
floor,
now.
bitch. Get on that motherfucking floor.
Who is it?
That's how I got low. You know that's how I got low, right? Their name low.
Really?
Yeah, they would be yelling at me like, get low, 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 low. And they just yelling that shit at me all the time.
That's
So you was too
crazy.
high the whole time?
Yeah, when I was in my 3-point stance, they were like, you need to get lower. And then I would go through the whole bear crawl.
Yeah.
And then the fucking coach would allow me to get from one end to
That's
the next with a
crazy.
bear crawl. He's like, do it again.
But
That's normal.
I think times have just changed. Like it's no longer okay to push people as much as it was like 20 years ago, for better or for worse. So when she's pushing her dancers, like even me, I don't even feel comfortable.
Listen, bro, you can push them. It's just how you fucking approach it. You don't have to yell at them, swear at them, be dickheads. Like, you feel me? Like, that's fine. Push your workers. You gotta make money too, and when you make money, you gotta pay them. But there's a million different ways to come about it, bro.
Pushing like I don't know anybody that works for me beyond what they're capable of. I might say
It
like
makes
a
them
word of
better.
encouragement.
Nah, makes them better, trust me.
Now, for example, like when
I done got Caleb in shape a few times.
like I think you just let people work at their pace and you try and make them want to work hard by just having a good work environment. But sometimes that's not possible. Bro, there's nothing Walmart can do to make you want to work hard. It's Walmart. You feel me?
Yeah.
You can do the bare minimum. And for the first little bit, you might want to try. And then you want to coast a little bit because you're like, what the fuck am I working so hard for? So I think when you have a good job, you don't the boss doesn't need to fucking twist your arm to get you to do the things properly.
Exactly.
But I think when you're having to fight for your pay and you know like these opportunities don't come, like when you feel the scarcity of it, like I feel like it is a little manipulative, but again, people use scarcity all the time to sell fucking hoodies or to sell experiences and things of that nature. I don't think what she did was as extreme as.
I don't think.
Oh, it doesn't deserve this reaction. Also, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that lawsuit's gonna fall flat on his face for the most part because there's things that are all difficult to prove, and then you have to put a number. You have to put a damage amount on it. Like aside from the banana thing, I don't know what number amount you could put to the workplace toxicity. Like, what are you gonna say that's worth $1 million potentially? Like, you think it deserves $1 million? You're gonna have to prove those damages, physical, emotional damages, like your mental well-being and things of that nature. I think there's gonna be all difficult things to prove. For Lizzo, this just sucks because it just makes her look bad and off-brand, and it's probably gonna turn some of her fans off that previously liked the fact that she was inclusive and loving and happy. But like, bro,
It's the
like
same thing happened to Ellen DeGeneres. Remember when that
exactly what happened to Ellen
literally the
DeGeneres,
exact same thing.
except without the banana incident.
Oh,
Yeah, listen.
yeah, I remember that shit with Ellen, bro. I remember that shit.
DeGeneres. Remember when that
Exactly what happened to Ellen
literally the
DeGeneres,
exact same thing.
except without the banana incident.
Yeah, listen. Let's take that out completely.
But like,
Yeah, you're sick, man. That's, gotta keep putting that in the forefront, man.
yo, I don't know. Like, okay,
That's
look,
weird.
bro. Okay, I just think the situation is blown out of proportion, bro. Lizzo, like, just try and be a little better. Fuck is you like breaking niggas' arms and shit like that?
Do you think though that another layer of this is because they are fat women? I'm gonna just say it, that they're fat.
What?
That that they've already been trying to subscribe and cater to these ideology that they don't have to do certain things to fit in, and so they're going so hard that they never actually met like this might be their first time ever going on tour and understanding what it's really like on tour life. And if you are skinnier and you got more, you know, opportunities and stuff like that, you probably already ran across this already. This is probably their first time doing this because it's probably one of the very few times that someone is actually hiring them to go on tour that pushes them to this level. But if you are skinny and you've constantly been worried about your weight and you've been booked and you're constantly being, you know what I'm saying, like there's just more experiences of it. This is probably one of the very few times of ever actually dealing with something
I
like
get
this.
that.
Yeah, and so like they're probably.
But
Just
what does
not
that mean
doing
though? Like, as a rapper,
What I mean is
as
that
a rapper,
it's not
the
gonna
image,
change.
the image of a rapper is
Yeah.
chains, tattoos,
Yeah.
money, jewelry,
Yeah.
like all that, right?
Yeah.
So you could pretend to be inclusive and allow like people that dress like you and me to, but like we don't look like rappers. We
Yeah.
don't, and we wouldn't fit the image. And if we signed to a label, they would immediately start putting tattoos on us, getting us to dress different, look different, our whole appeal. So,
But that's
the,
what
the
Lizzo,
look
like
of
you
a
said.
dancer isn't ideally the type of people Lizzo.
Exactly.
So I think she deserves some credit for the inclusion of
sure.
trying to pick people that aren't usually picked.
For sure.
You feel me? But then you can't treat them like shit or poorly because you know that they don't have that many other opportunities, because then you kind of just taking advantage of them.
But in
Exactly.
her mind, it's not treating them poorly because in her mind, she's like, this is like the industry standard.
Industry, yeah, like industry standard, bro. Yes, bro. They making good ass fucking points. It's just my whole thing is how you approach it. Okay, how you approach it really matters. And if that's industry standard, that's fine. But motherfucker, you better be polite to these people. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody can take all that heat, bro. And if they do take it, it's like, are they gonna want to work or not?
Yeah.
The problem is like you said. It's
Oh,
just
they
that-
haven't had any experiences to know the industry standard.
Exactly.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's very possible.
Yeah, but yo, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Y'all trying to cancel Lizzo or not, man? Also, let us know your worst day at practice or rehearsal, man. Mine's is terrible. I've thrown that before.
Oh, no funny shit. And when you say it like that, most of us have had a worse day of practice
Yeah,
than
we've all-
those-
way worse
those
than this, yes.
described practices.
Way worse. And not to say that it's okay or right, but I'm just saying what I've read, bro. That shit, no. Extending rehearsal or practice a few extra hours, no.
Yo, when I was on soccer, when I was on basketball, when I was trying out for the basketball team, the coach was like, "Hey man, but some of y'all, man, you play good, but you're not in shape." I was the only fat nigga in the room. Everyone just looks at me. You're
Damn.
not in shape, man. We're gonna need you to run 4 quarters. So unfortunately, you feel me, like, and I'm sitting there like, everyone knows you. Like, you don't have to be coy about it. Everyone knows. And the same thing happened in the soccer practice for me, where the coach just mentioned my weight. I didn't know back then. I could have just done a
you
lawsuit.
could've been like,
I could've just started.
I had enough of this.
I've been
nigga
fat
coach,
shamed by
bro.
this motherfucker, bro. You trying to tell me fat
Fat.
niggas can't hoop?
Get
That's what I'm
that
saying,
bag.
nigga. You seen Big Baby Davis? Stop playing with me.
Come on, bro. You
You didn't even
see?
give me a fair shot. Nigga talking about I can't run up and down that court. Man, spare me with that shit. You see my jumper, coach? Stop playing. You acting like I can't box out or some shit.
No, I did. I deserve to be on that team. I was just fat. That's the only
One on one
reason
right now, nigga. Coach, stop
Damn.
playing with me.
Fuck you, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, fuck you, Coach Brown, nigga. Put
Yo.
this shit on you in the post, boy. Stop
Yeah,
playing
no
with me.
cap, man. No
That'd be
cap.
crazy. You just start laying your coach up with some crazy shit.
Hell yeah, for not getting picked on the team. Fuck
Will
that.
you be that?
Man, fuck them. You feel me? They probably regret it. Wait till because now they can't talk about, oh, I mean, they can say, oh, I know Agent. He tried out for the basketball team. You could have had a longer story than that, bucko. You feel me? If you looked out for him, he would have looked out for you too. You type shit. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has an excuse to hair without being called fat phobic. I disagree with the fat shame allegations. When you're hired to represent a certain brand, it's your job as a dancer model to maintain whatever look they're going for, whatever it's being skinny, fat, curvy, etc. You're hired to maintain that way, and you'll be replaced. That's a good, yeah. That's how it is with every business. The harassment allegations is wild though. That's a good fucking point. Honestly, bro, I didn't even think about it like this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about it this way. This actually makes hella sense, bro. No cat. Body shaming while looking like a wisdom tooth. Okay, bro. The fuck going on? There's only to put in Bro, they tweaking, bro. Glad you guys are posting more. If it's all true, it's a shame. I never got over how she did the flute and dressed up. What? Crown bacon story. Lizzo body shaming is like low cheating on his wife. What? Bro, what? That boy cheat? What? Bro, I'm so lost, bro. The comments really be getting you, boy. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, man, let me know what you guys thought. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe if you haven't. And I'm out.